Hello everyone, thank you for connecting with me today. I'm still doing the Morgan-GREER Tarot in a Tin giveaway. Make sure you follow the rules in the description box below. When I reach 2,000 subscribers, then I will give away this lovely deck. She's sleeping right now, but she will be back in other readings. As always, thank you so much. Thank you for the likes, shares, comments, subscribes. Thank you for the personal readings. Thank you for the donations. Thank you just for reaching out, emailing me. I love connecting with everyone. Group therapy, can't get enough of it. You're awesome. Please keep in mind that these are general readings. We are here to learn and to grow and to ascend on our spiritual path. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Without further ado, let's get on to your general readings. Hey Capricorn, welcome to August. If you haven't checked out your August bonus reading, I missed you in July, I'm sorry. But I gave you a bonus for August. But this is like the full Monty reading. I don't know if full Monty is the best way to describe that. But let's continue. So this is the karmic wheel spread. We start in the center. This is the heart of the matter, the heart of the reading. And it's you, man. It is very it's screaming Capricorn. You could also be dealing with a Virgo or a Taurus, but I really sense that this is your energy. But the King of Pentacles reversed. I think you had this in your bonus reading, but the King of Pentacles is someone, it's the goat. We see a goat on top of here, so it's Cappies. It's Cappies. We see a goat. He's on a mountain. And King of Pentacles is someone who is very good with his coin. He's very good at making making investments. He's very good at saving. He's very good at managing his time. There's like no waste in his life. Oh my God, girl. I swear, I do my nails to save me money, and it takes all day to have these things dry. But that's of no mind to you. So he is master of his coin. He is the ultimate guy to go to for, he has his material abundance on lockdown. He makes sure it's on lockdown. He makes sure he's at the top of the mountain, or that he's getting there. Whenever it's reversed, it can show some greed, some workaholism. I know Capricorns are prone to that. We have it crossed with the Prince of Pentacles. The Prince of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but he always reaches his destination. And so the Prince of Pentacles, he's someone who, in this deck, he's a Taurus, but he's someone who is very methodical. So he really analyzes, before he invests in a stock, for instance, he'll track how the stock goes up and down and up and down and up and down before he actually buys that stock, right? So this is someone who's sort of playing. Sorry, Cappies, my battery crapped out. See, an earth sign would make sure that your battery's charged before you do a reading. You guys have that preparedness with you, you know, that you just have a built-in Boy Scout type of mentality where you plan ahead and you prepare. I have Virgo moon, but you know. See, it cut me off when I was rambling, so it's good. I was on a long train of thought. It's of no mind to you. I want to get to your reading. So at the start, this is the beginning and the end. So this is what starts this karmic cycle, and this is the karmic cycle that's going to wrap up or complete itself. And we had the Nine of Cups reversed. The Nine of Cups is a fat and happy card. Traditionally, it shows one person who is drinking his wine, eating his feast. He's in the present moment, and so his wishes are he's vibrating on this level so that his wishes can come to him, right? So when we live in the present, when we are enjoying things, all the sensual things that earth has to offer, a good steak, you know, a good scotch or whatever your jam is, then it raises our vibration so that we can allow our wishes to flood into us. Whenever it's reversed, there is either an excess of that, or there is a there's not enough pleasure in the moment. Perhaps because you're thinking 20 steps ahead, right? You're trying to get up to that mountain. You're trying to prepare yourself, and so you can't live right here, right now to enjoy
what's coming to mind is the fruits of your labor, but even if it's not the fruits of your labor, just enjoy, like, sunshiny day, the grass has just been clipped and it smells nice, we're having a barbecue, and so there's a tasty, you know, shish kebab on its way, just stuff like that, right? Just like simple pleasures in life. And so you might be having a disconnect with that. The clarifiers are the Nine of Pentacles, and the Magician reverse. So you could be dealing with an Aries, with the Magician. The Nine of Pentacles is someone, she's the single lady card, so she don't need no man, right? She works hard to pay her own bills, to, you know, she has a house, a car, a good job, she gets her nails done, she takes care of herself, and she's very self-sufficient, very independent, self-reliant, and this is definitely a person who is going to cook themselves the, like, best pot roast and then eat it alone, right? So, you know, it's interesting because the Nine of Cups, you know, it's a wish card, but it's always like this singular person, a lot like the Nine of Pentacles. But in this particular deck, it's two people, and it's very sweet. They're in love, you can tell, right? So there might be, like, a lack of being present with a partner because you're too focused on your money. With the Magician reversed, is about doubting our abilities, right? You have everything you need, especially Capricorn. Like, Capricorns are super smart, super on top of it, super productive, and they are the boss. They are, like, you know, you're the dude, you're the lady. And so, you know, I guess even, the boss gets a little insecure sometimes. Sometimes the Magician reverse is, like, not trusting in your, I feel like there's, like, not trusting in your abilities to get to that top of the mountain and get what you want. But, I mean, you are, like, you of all the 12 signs are the best at that. So you really shouldn't doubt that. But also, I feel like you might have this, if you're single, I feel like you might have this, you know, you might have had this good life for yourself, but maybe you're wondering, could you, especially if you're a man, I feel like if you're a single man, you might be having some insecurities about, you know, well, I can provide for myself, but can I provide for a lady, you know, or can I provide for a male if you're into same-sex partnerships? I don't know, it's your life, but let me know in the comments below. Sometimes the Magician reversed is a manipulative energy. Sometimes it's like doing, like, witchcraft and hoodoo and all sorts of stuff to sort of manipulate what you can't control. I don't think there's any shame in that, so I'm not shaming you here, but whenever it's reversed, you know, it might be doing spells or doing these manifestations that are not of the best intentions, so they kind of backfire. I don't do love spells anymore, but when I used to do love spells, they, a lot of times they would backfire in ways like, you know, I would want that boy to love me, so I would do this love spell. And then, like, he would never end up loving me, but I would have all these geeks, like, up on my butt. And so it backfired in a way that it, like, made me attractive, but all to the wrong people, right? So, again, I am not averse to doing spells. I still do spells, but it's just, like, your intentions. Now, if I wanted to do a love spell, it would be more like, you know, help me forgive, help me open my heart, help me, it's all about me, right? So whenever the Magician is reversed, I kind of feel like it can be external magic, right? Like, get Johnny to call me, you know? But again, I'm not judging you for it because we've all been there. I wasn't planning on going down that road, but I guess that is for some of you. In any case, you guys like to make money, you guys like to focus on your coin, I like to focus on my coin too, so stay tuned until after these ads and we will get back to your reading. Welcome back. What sets this wheel into motion? What is the action, the cause of this whole karmic cycle is, drumroll please, the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles reversed. This is like the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. They're kind of like one and the same sometimes. So it's interesting that she is showing up, because whenever the Queen of Pentacles reversed, this can be someone who is like loose with their pockets, right? They're overspending, they impulse shop, they impulse buy. Maybe you have bought some things recently, and maybe that's why you're feeling like out of sorts if this King of Pentacles is reversed. Thinking like, oh my God, I overspent. How could I do that to myself? And so you're like planning your next step so that you don't overspend in the future. The Queen of Pentacles, sometimes whenever she's reversed, it's a card about feeling like it deals with self-worth, right? So it's feeling like you aren't getting paid enough, feeling like you aren't getting valued enough, even if you aren't in a situation where there's a paycheck. Like, let's say you are a housewife. Maybe you feel like you're not getting valued for the work that you do, because housework is a lot of work, okay? It is a job. But it's not a like pay stub job all the time, right? So, you may be feeling like, you know, you're doing all this work and it's not living up to your potential, right? It's like, you know, you're better. It's like, you know, you can be better and you deserve more. Let's get some clarifiers. We have the Prince of Cups. You could be dealing with Scorpio, also a Cancer or a Pisces, and we have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is a card about you filled all these cups. So if you're in a relationship with someone, this is probably a long-term relationship. This is something you've built up over time. In all of these 8 cups, you know, you had good times, you had bad times. Some years were amazing, some years were hell. And you have all these collective memories of what you shared with your partner. The Knight of Cups especially is the little Romeo Casanova, like, knight in shining armor guy. But the Eight of Cups is a card about feeling overwhelmed. It's like you have all these good memories, all these bad memories, and you have reached a stalemate in your relationship that it's like the good memories are painful because you might not be going through them right now. The bad memories are obviously painful because, you know, it makes you think like, is this the right relationship for me? So every memory is painful. Every experience you had with them is like bittersweet and painful. So usually it's a card about walking away. I do like in this particular deck he's sitting. He looks like John Travolta, like an Eddie Munster John Travolta. Okay, enough silliness, Lauren. Let's get serious. The Eight of Cups, in this deck he's sitting and he's kind of stewing and sulking. And so in this deck, he's not walking away, but it is a card about being overwhelmed, emotionally overwhelmed, that you do walk away. It doesn't mean that you won't come back. It doesn't mean that, you know, you're leaving forever. And this could be this person that's walking away. I mean, cups, I love cup people. I love water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but they are moody creatures, and they can easily get overwhelmed with their feelers and, you know, kind of retreat into their shell, retreat into their little dark corner, their little dark Scorpio corner, and be little brooding monsters. I just got done with a bratty little Cancer in my astrology group, my like Facebook astrology group. She has consistently been a brat. I don't like her. I mean, I like other Cancers and other water signs, but she is especially moody. It's like a mix of the like moodiness of a water sign and the like entitlement of millennials. I'm a millennial too, so hey. But in any case, this little moody ass guy could be throwing little pouty tantrums, and it might leave you feeling like he doesn't value you or she doesn't value you. But again, the Eight of Cups is a temporary energy. You always go like 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups, right? So don't worry about it. I mean, you guys may have to part ways. You may stay together. This may make you like stronger for it, but you'll know, and we'll see throughout the rest of the cards. This is the challenge. This is sort of like the trials and tribs you have to go through to get to your life lesson. This is like the homework, right? The exercises you have to go through. And this is a period of inaction. The Ace of Wands is a card about, it can be about creativity, but it can also be about sex. So you might be going through a drought period right now where you guys aren't having sex. This guy is all moody and, like threatening to leave and all that stuff. But, it could also be, it could also be a lack of creativity or a lack of action. No one's taking action. Let's get some clarifiers. We have the Temperance card. You could be dealing with Sagittarius, and the 3 of Cups. You know, I feel like for some of you, you're dealing with someone who drinks a lot. We have the Temperance card. The Temperance card is about moderation. It's about like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Nothing in excess, right? But we have an excess card up here, the Fat and Happy card. 3 of Cups for me can sometimes mean excess. It's like going out with your friends and drinking. You might have a partner who drinks a lot and like they always want you to go out with them, and you're like, babe, I gotta work on my website tonight, right? Let's not go out partying. Let's work on our resumes or whatever. And then they get all moody because they think like you don't love them. You're not. Maybe they feel like you're not valuing them, but you might have other priorities. Let me know. But in any case, your challenge is to moderate that which is in excess. This camera keeps cutting off. I don't know where I stopped, but my, you might want to moderate anything that's in excess, whether it's drinking, drugs, sex. I don't think it's sex. I feel like, you might have to inject some sort of, like, if this is speaking to a Capricorn who doesn't want to go out and party all night, maybe you can find an alternative, something to do with your partner that's not drinking but is still like fun and action, but something that's a little more productive, right? Maybe like a hike or like a fitness thing you can do together, get you in shape, something like that, or a cooking class. I don't know. At the bottom of the barrel, this is the worst it's gonna get. This is the 7 of Swords. We have the 10 of Swords. And we have the Queen of Wands. So again, you could be dealing with a fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, especially a Sagittarius. We have the Archer hanging out in this top corner. Right here. Isn't she beautiful? I love the artwork in this deck, but she's a pretty queen. She's one of my favorite queens. I don't know, I guess they're all beautiful. I love all the queens in this deck. Look at this woman. She's lovely. She looks like a very like, old Hollywood, Greta Garbo type of lady. Anyway, so the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords together. This is like someone being sneaky, but it's like you have, it's like predictable, right? In your bonus reading, and I kind of get like an extended thing in this reading too, so it might be like the same story. But I got the sense that you were with a partner who was moody, right? You were dealing with a water sign in that other reading. They were moody, and I felt like they were flirting with other people just to make sure that you paid attention to them, right? So it's like you knew that they loved you. You knew that you know, you guys were meant to be together, and you knew that they probably wouldn't cheat, but there was a part of you that got embarrassed by their flirting, right? I mean, Capricorns are all about like reputation and all of that, so it's like even though you know the eccentricities of the relationship, you were still bothered by how they would just embarrass you by like flirting with other people. And I also got the sense that it was like, here we go again, right? So this is like nothing new. The Ten of Swords is a card about being backstabbed over and over and over and over and over again. So it's like you're numb to the pain, right? I feel like you're just like, yeah, I expect that. Like, yeah, that's how she is. That's how she does. That's how she do. We have the Seven of Swords. So I feel like this person is trying to be sneaky, but they're actually not as sneaky as they think they are, because I think you know exactly what's going on. The Queen of Wands, you could be dealing with Sagittarius, also an Aries or a Leo. But the Queen of Wands is someone who is very funny and flirty and popular and sexy. And so she does get all this attention, right? It's easy for her to flirt, but, I mean, you know that deep down she's loyal and she's just doing it to press your buttons. And it's like, you love her, and this could be a guy too. Like, you love him, you love this person, but this relationship, like, it creates a weird power balance, right? So I feel like it's something that needs to be addressed. So this is what set everything into motion, was someone feeling neglected, not valued, undervalued, and feeling moody about everything they built up. The effect is the World. The World is a card about closing a chapter. It's about graduation and completion and coming to the end of a cycle. So whatever this is, it is wrapping up. Doesn't mean that the same cycles won't repeat themselves, but you can be better about it this go round, right? I mean, if this is something that happens over and over and over again, now is the time to address, like, to get some closure on, okay, how can we move forward, because you really are embarrassing me, and I don't need to be, like, subjected to this, right? Like, I feel like you need to stand up for yourself in some sort of way. We have the Four of Cups reversed, and we have the Six of Swords reversed. So the Four of Cups is a sulky butt card. It's about nothing being good enough, usually like a missed opportunity. The hand of God is reaching out from the sky to give you a cup, and you're like, well, I had these 3 cups and they didn't do diddly, so I don't care about your cup. And it's about, whenever I get this card, it's a card about gratitude for me. It's like you need to be grateful for all of those cups, even if they weren't exactly what you wanted. They are, you know, gifts and blessings, even if in disguise. And so whenever it's reversed, I think maybe you are having some gratitude about how your life has played out. You're even like the bad stuff. Like, whenever this is reversed, it's kind of like a hindsight energy to me of thinking like, oh yeah, I dodged a bullet with that ex. Oh yeah, I wasn't supposed to, you know, go down that path. I see that now. And so I feel like you're getting closure about some of the things that didn't work out. The Six of Swords is a card about moving on, like moving from troubled waters to calmer waters. So you could be going back to a person, back to a, I didn't mention a whole lot about jobs, but back to a job. You could be going back to a, I feel like just if you're with someone, I feel like you're going back to this situation of this like pattern, right? And the World is about patterns too. We have 4 seasons, and they go over and over and over again. We have winter, spring, summer, fall, and then we have winter, spring, summer, fall, and then we have winter, spring, summer, fall, right? But each year has a different like flavor to that winter, has a different flavor to that spring and that summer and that fall. So it's like you're returning to an old pattern, an old way of doing things, and getting closure on it, having gratitude about all of your situations. It's funny because I said that this Eight of Cups is a card about feeling overwhelmed and walking away, and then this card is about returning. Funny. It's like you had, whoever had to like take a break and leave the situation, but y'all are coming back to it. Anywho, I hope this is making sense to some Capricorns. Sometimes I feel like I ramble and don't really have a cohesive thing going on. I just free association with these readings, but excuse me. Water, water, water. Ah, thank you. I'm replenished. Okay, so the Seven of Pentacles is about planting seeds and not getting anything. Sometimes with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like planting, like bad seeds. I don't want to say bad seeds. It's about planting like seeds that aren't fertile, right? That aren't going to grow, that, like planting a dud. Infertility problems, inability to grow. But I feel like a Capricorn, like, would not allow that. Right? A Capricorn would not waste their time planting seeds that are not going to grow, right? And that's why they're taking so long for some of the stuff you guys, you know, think out. Because they're going to plan and plot and invest in just the right seed to where it's going to bear them fruit, right? So when this Seven of Pentacles is reversed, the lesson in your life, I think, is to see that, like, you may have felt like you wasted your energy on some things. But again, I'm telling you, Capricorns never waste energy, so don't ever think that, because your energy is always, like, on point, the best. Like, you maximize your time, great with time management, you're awesome. I think the Seven of Pentacles is about things that have been planted but have not bloomed yet, right? So when we plant a seed, like a carrot seed, into the ground, we can't just go there the next day and pop out a carrot, right? It has to break the seed casing and then, you know, form roots and then sprout up, little baby carrot sprouting up, and then it grows into a carrot after, like, I think it's something like 60 days maybe. August, September, I can't remember. I think it's 60 days. Or maybe 6 weeks. Anywho. So, it's like the things that have been planted, you may feel like it was a bad investment, or like it was a waste of time, there's a lack of progress, but they're just germinating, they're just manifesting, you know. You don't sleep with your wife or husband and then the next day have a baby, right? It takes time to nurture that little baby in your belly for 9 months and then bring it out into the world, right? Things take time to gestate and to harvest and to grow. We have it paired with the High Priestess reversed and the Chariot reversed. So you could be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer. And the High Priestess reversed is a card about, they say, like, you're not using your intuition. You're not using your intuition. Usually when I see the High Priestess reversed, it's like, yes, you're not using your intuition, but what's worse is that the High Priestess is this, you know, ethereal goddess. She has the Alpha and Omega thing right here. Usually, I mean, a lot of times she has the Torah. But she is mystical, right? And intuitive and can sense things, very psychic abilities. So sometimes I do see her as an actual psychic, right? So whenever it's reversed, I often see this in clients who kind of have an obsession with an emotional or a spiritual thing in their lives. Like, is that boy gonna call? Is he gonna call? Is he gonna call? Or, you know, am I gonna get that job? How am I gonna get that job? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? So whenever she's reversed, this is reminding you to take these readings with a grain of salt. Even if you need to, like, click off me right now, you know, don't get too far into the weeds with these psychic readings and sort of, like, rely on them, because what they really are is confirmation bias to what you already know. You know what's inside of you. You know how your partner feels, whether they're flirting with other people or not. You know what you want and what you deserve and what you need. And so really we're just here to sort of articulate feelings you can't, or to bring like feelings out to the surface that you've pushed down, but you still know, right? So you either confirm, that means it resonates, or you deny and leave us a butthole comment. No, I'm kidding. I've never gotten a butthole comment from a Capricorn, so thank you. I've left butthole comments before, so I'm getting all like moody from a reading if it didn't, go my way. But yes, so just be mindful of any obsessions you might have with the outcome. Remember that you are the co-creator, you are the captain of your ship, especially with this Chariot, because the Chariot is in the driver's seat. The Chariot is the dude, much like Capricorn. The Chariot is someone who is riding out of civilization, out of the city, and onto a new path, onto a new frontier. He has 2 horses, and they're like wild too, you can see. One horse is going this way and another horse is going this way, so he has to be in control of the reins and, guide these 2 conflicting horses in the right direction. I had a flashback. These horses look like a carousel, and we have the ice cream truck singing its song outside. I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but it reminded me of, as a kid, my grandparents and my cousins, we used to go to this mall that had a merry-go-round, a carousel, and I always rode this horse Beauregard. It's a white horse like this, but it looks very like merry-go-round. So with this, sorry I rambled on about merry-go-round, but I think there is a purpose. I think it is this kind of like, here we go again, like cycling around with the world, coming back to it, same thing, right, same thing. And I think I got that again. Was it for you or for another sign? Like same shit, different day? I don't know. But you are in control of wherever you want to go, however you want to go. Cut me off again. You're moving forward, you're charging ahead, you're in the driver's seat. I love you very much, Capricorn. Let me know if that resonated with you, and I will see you next time. Bye. I love you, I love you.